This is Amber O'Neal, Gallows, the Bullet Babe herself, and you are watching Jammin' Music Man on YouTube. Tune in every day, every show. Your life depends on it. Too sweet.
Hey, what's up guys? It's me, Jammin' Music Man, and welcome to my special new video. And in this video, I'm going to be reviewing the recently released Owen Hart Heart of Gold DVD. And I'm just going to be reviewing the documentary, and I'm going to give you, tell you what some of the matches are on the DVD. But I posted a picture on my Instagram saying that I just purchased this, and I got a lot of comments from people saying I didn't know the DVD is out. But it's out. It came out this past Tuesday. I got it at Walmart. But I don't know. It just seems like to me that WWE didn't do a whole lot of publicity for the DVD. But it's out now. So check out your local Walmart, Best Buy, Target, all those places. But the documentary just basically tells the story of Owen. Owen got his training from his dad, Stu Hart, in the legendary dungeon at the Hart family house. And basically got his big break in Canadian Stampede Wrestling, which was ran by his father, Stu. And in the late 80s, he first got signed to the WWF as the Blue Blazer. And that lasted for maybe about 2 years. And I didn't know this, I found out in the documentary. He actually wrestled in WCW for a very short time back in '91. And Owen's second time coming back to the WWF, they teamed him up with Jim the Anvil Neidhart to form the Hart Foundation, or not the Hart Foundation, but the New Foundation. And it was around this time, that's when Owen was wearing the MC Hammer pants, which I thought was real cool at the time. And so the New Foundation, they lasted for a few months, and then they teamed him with what my favorite tag team was back when I was a kid. That was him and the Birdman Coco Beware, High Energy. They never won the tag belts, but they had some damn good looking pants. You know what I'm talking about. But that lasted only a few months, and so Owen went back to singles competition. And his real big push came at Survivor Series 93. That was when the whole Owen got mad at Bret incident. And then there was Royal Rumble 94. When Owen and Bret teamed up to take on the Quebecers, who were the tag team champs at the time. Well, they lose, and that's what set up their match at WrestleMania 10. And of course, Owen won their match at WrestleMania 10 that year. But Bret also beat Yokozuna for the belt at WrestleMania 10. So, you know, 94, there was no bigger feud in the WWF than Owen and Bret. But other than that, they basically talk about how in the mid-90s, how Owen teamed with Yokozuna, and they were the tag champs, and Owen teamed with British Bulldog, and they were the tag champs. And of course, they talk about the reformation of the Hart Foundation back in '97, which was Bret, Owen, British Bulldog, Neidhart, and Brian Pillman. There was no hated team in America in the WWF than the Hart Foundation back in '97. And of course, they talk about that In Your House Canadian Stampede main event match, which was the Hart Foundation against Stone Cold, Legion of Doom, Goldust, and Ken Shamrock. The Hart Foundation, they were the biggest heels in the WWF at that time, but when they went to Canada, they were cheered like they were the biggest heroes in the world. And you know, they talk about in the documentary how many Canadians consider that one of the best moments in Canadian history. I mean, it was you know, one of my all-time favorite matches is that match right there. And of course, they get into the Montreal Screwjob, and how, you know, the beginning of the end of the Hart Foundation in '97, Brian Pillman died, and then there was the Montreal Screwjob, and Bret signs with WCW, and then the British Bulldog and Jim the Anvil Neidhart, they pretty much followed Bret too, and Owen was the only Hart left in the WWF. And, you know, they talk about how Owen kind of just, you know, just floundered in you know, in '98 and '99, and they teamed him with Jeff Jarrett. And I remember Owen and Jeff, they were the tag champs, and they lost the tag belts. And then Owen brings back the Blue Blazer gimmick, and they talk about the tragic Over the Edge pay-per-view from 1999, how he was coming to the ring as the Blue Blazer. And, basically he fell to the ring and he fell to his death. One of the saddest moments in wrestling history. And, I remember watching that Monday Night Raw tribute to Owen the following night. And I actually have it recorded on VHS. Yes, we had VH tapes back in 1999, kids. I actually have it. But they talk about that night. And, basically, it was a good documentary. You get a lot of wrestlers telling a lot of good stories of Owen. One thing I didn't know is that him and Mick Foley, they had this bet going on to see who was the cheapest. Basically, they didn't want to blow their money by going to some expensive hotel. So Mick Foley and Owen Hart, they would go and actually stay at wrestling fans' homes. It's like, hey, Mick Foley, I got a room for you. You want to come stay? It's like, that'd be a wrestling fan's dream to have Mick Foley and Owen Hart come stay at your house. And another great story was how Edge and Owen, they were at some hotel, and Owen kept calling Edge saying, you got to come down to the lobby and sign these autographs. And of course, Edge was like, it was like 3 in the morning, and Edge was like, I can't come, I'm going to sleep. Owen hangs the phone up, calls back, tells Edge, if you don't come back down, I'm going to kick your ass, Edge. So Edge gets pissed, goes down to the lobby, and there's no fans there. You get great stories like that. Owen, they said Owen was a big, huge prankster. But, all in all, the documentary was really great. And I got to say, this is probably, up there with one of my all-time favorite WWE DVDs. And I highly recommend watching the documentary. But now, you guys, I'm just going to tell you what matches are on the Owen Hart DVD. So guys, before I tell you what matches are on the Owen DVD, just wanted to show you what the Owen DVD looks like inside. You get pictures of Owen, and it's a 3-disc set. There you get Owen putting Brett in the sharpshooter at WrestleMania 10. And I'm actually watching the 3rd disc right now. But this is what the DVDs look like. I just wanted to show you guys. Alright guys, some of the matches you get on here, you get Owen and Canadian Stampede Wrestling. You get a couple of Blue Blazer matches. I know one, Blue Blazer gets Mr. Perfect. You get Owen's WCW match. You also get, of course, Owen taking on Brett at WrestleMania 10. You get Owen taking on Razor Ramon to become the King of the Ring in '94. You also get Owen taking on Brett in a lumberjack match. You also get Owen and Yokozuna, who are the tag champs, against the Allied Powers. Of course, you get the legendary Hart Foundation from Canadian Stampede when they took on Stone Cold, Legion of Doom, Goldust, and Ken Shamrock. You get Owen against Shawn Michaels, and you also get Owen taking on Goldust, who is dressed as Triple H. So you get Hunter Dust, and I believe you get Owen taking on Edge. So all in all, those were some of the matches. Every match, classic Owen. So I highly recommend picking up this DVD, you guys. If you're an Owen fan, you gotta have it. The documentary, really great. Like I said, a lot of the wrestlers tell a lot of Owen tales, and everyone, nothing bad, always good stories about Owen. So I give this DVD right here 5 stars. A definite must-have if you're an Owen fan and a wrestling fan. And I highly recommend you picking it up. Oh, and before I let you go, another little tidbit. They interviewed Kevin Owens, and I didn't know that Kevin Owens named his son Owen as a tribute to Owen Hart. So, hey, that's a fun little fact to know. But, guys, I'm Jimmy Music Man. I hope you enjoyed this DVD review. Give it a thumbs up. Also, I'll put a link to my Instagram and my Twitter below, so hit me up on those sites. But guys, that's the Owen Hart Heart of Gold DVD. I highly recommend picking it up. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.